Now it's time for rapid fire Q&A. I know you guys have been waiting for it. In this segment, I'll ask a question, and each of us on set will give an answer to said question. Each answer should be 30 to 45 seconds long. Ready, guys?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's get started. First question. What is the key for the Thunder to stay in playoff contention now that Durant and Westbrook are not in the lineup?
Well, I think it's a leadership mentality kind of thing. They've had their chances over the last few years to win that championship with the MVP of the league in Durant and have that great surrounding cast that he's had, and they weren't able to do it. And now you lose your two best players. What is that response going to be like? Is it going to be, we blew our chance, now these guys are hurt, let's just mail it in? Or is it going to be, let's try to stay focused, let's try to stay with it until they get back and then make that run? I think a guy like Kendrick Perkins, who's been there, he's won a championship, maybe he brings that leadership and that mentality to the room that says, come on, guys, let's just stay with it and wait till these guys come back, and then we can make that run that we've been wanting to make over the last few years.
Definitely. I totally agree with you. And honestly, I think that it all falls down on Scott Brooks and the way he has to change up his scheme. Before, with Westbrook and Durant, it was more of a fast-paced offense. You run down the court, score really quick, and then get back on defense. But now they're going to have to play a Celtics kind of ball with half-court defense and slowing down the pace a little bit for some of those teams like a Houston Rockets team who is very quick off the ball and quick off the dribble. So it's going to fall on Scott Brooks in terms of how he goes about, first of all, finding one person that's going to step up. I would think it'd be Serge Ibaka next in line, and figuring out how they're going to change the pace of the game.
So, this is the Western Conference. I don't think you can fall asleep for a second in the West. And the fact that they're going to go at least a month without one of their star players, never mind two of their star players. I think Derrick Rose goes out for the season for the Bulls. They make the playoffs, they get a 4 or 5 seed easily. With the Thunder now, you're talking about, wow, they're like 2 or 3 teams that didn't make the playoffs last year who could have easily made it, and they had very good records. So now you're talking about if they start falling down early this season and like they have to, it's basically climbing that mountain back up to the top, it's going to be hard for them to even make the playoffs, I think, honestly.
Definitely. All right, next question. Should the Bulls take advantage of Derrick Rose's value as a point guard and trade him? Interesting thought. Trade him due to the fact that he's always getting hurt, coming off a recent ankle injury.
You know, I don't know what value is left. I think he is a good player. I think he's a great player. I think he may be the best point guard in the league. But is he going to stay healthy? He's had 2 major injuries the last couple of years. He's missed huge chunks, if not all of the season. And now he was hurt again the other night to start the year. So this is a guy that I don't know if you can depend on anymore to be the guy to win you a championship. I just don't know. Will they be able to get something for him? Of course. I think in the NBA, trades are frequent for player to player. So they probably will get a good package for him. But whether that's going to be as good as it would have been 3 years ago, probably not. So I don't know that they should trade him. I think that if he's healthy, he's their guy. He's been the face of that team. I don't know that it's worth it to trade him right now.
I totally agree with you. To an extent, I don't think it would be in the Bulls' best interest fan-wise to trade Derrick Rose because he was born in Chicago. He's the face of the franchise, like you just said. But at the same time, how many times are the fans and management going to wait until this guy gets fully healthy? So you have Derrick Rose. You have, in terms of the Bulls exactly, you have a team that has two solid big men with Joakim Noah and Pau Gasol. And you have Derrick Rose who's always getting injured. So if you could get some significant talent for Derrick Rose and match them up with Pau Gasol and Joakim Noah, I think that's only a recipe for a playoff contender. And as we all know, Derrick Rose on the Bulls creates them to be a playoff contender, but he has to be healthy.
Yeah. I like I mentioned in our last little conversation that I think the Bulls can make the playoffs even without Rose, but at the same time, of course, they won't go anywhere. I think if you can get value for, I think this is a very interesting topic. If you can get value for Rose, I think you honestly gotta consider it. Like if you can get something like a high draft pick next year and get like Mundai, like a really good looking point guard like that, then you're looking really young and really good. But at the same time, Rose could be playing this week. We're pressing the panic button. He could come back fine. He could have an amazing season. He might not have an MVP season, but he can help the Bulls win. So I think it's going to be interesting to see when he comes back. And if he comes back fast, I think we need to pull back a little bit on this one.
All right, cool. Final question. Which rookie in the NBA will have the best individual season this year? We're talking Parker. We're talking Wiggins. A whole lot of options out there. What do you guys think? Eric?
Well, I'm going to let my hometown bias show here and say Nerlens Noel, who is from the same city as I am. He missed what would have been his rookie season last year because of a major knee injury, but he's back. So this is going to be his rookie year. I think he's got raw talent. I think it's something we've always said about him is that, he's a skinny kid. He needs to put on some weight so he can battle in the trenches on the court. Whether he's done that yet to be, a guy that can battle with someone like Dwight Howard, I don't know. But I think he's got the talent, especially offensively. He showed that in college. He's shown that his whole life, as I've gotten to see firsthand sometimes. I think he'll have a great rookie year. There's not going to be much to cheer about in Philly, but he is one of the guys that can be a bright spot. He's my guy that I'm going to pick for rookie. I don't know if he'll win Rookie of the Year, but he's the one I'm most interested to look at this year.
Definitely. For me, I got to go with Wiggins, just for the simple fact that I think he feels some type of way that he was traded off for Kevin Love off to Timberwolves, and I think he's going to play with that chip on his shoulder all year. He showed me something really impressive. There's one move when they were facing the Grizzlies, when he backed up Tony Allen. Everybody knows that Tony Allen is a hellacious defender, and Andrew Wiggins just played him on that one play. And I think you're going to see a lot more of that, of him playing with Ricky Rubio, who's going to be able to distribute the ball to him and help run in transition with Wiggins. So I think he's going to be Andrew Wiggins.
All right, before I get started, Noel, definite shot at Rookie of the Year, I think. Wiggins, a lot better defense than I gave him credit for going into the draft. I was like, oh, this guy's kind of the hype. But then I saw him play more, and it's like, wow, this kid can play. At the same time, though, I'm going to go with my number one player going into the draft, Jabari Parker, for Rookie of the Year. Last year I picked Michael Carter-Williams, I was right. So we'll see if I'm right this year. But as far as like a player that I'd look out for that might be the best player, Doug McDermott is a scorer and on a good team with the Bulls. I think they need that type of scoring. And if he can come off the bench and give them that type of production, I think you're looking at him as one of the guys where people are looking in the playoffs and like, wow, this guy's a rookie. So that'll be interesting to see.
All right, cool. Well, that's all we have from today. From everyone here at Studio 73, thank you to all 20 of you who are watching Clash of the Rams. We really appreciate it. Until next time, this has been Clash of the Rams. Goodbye.